We're back here with another edition of Drive By Movies. My name is Blaise.
And I'm James.
And we're talking something different today. This is an episode of the movie, not one you definitely saw coming, but it's definitely an episode. So I want to say Pokemon's really big right now. The new Pokemon game came out. The new Pokemon Detective Pikachu trailer just launched. WB.
Yeah.
What do you think is how much money do you think this thing's gonna make at the box office? Because I have my guess, but what's yours?
I mean, I'm being modest here. I'm gonna say 80 million, but realistically, I think it's gonna be expectations. I think it's gonna be in the 120 million range. I think.
You're saying like first weekend or just
first
total?
weekend? Oh no, total. It's gonna make $1 billion worldwide for sure. And what's it called? And probably in the US, it'll probably make like 300 million. I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty modest
Yeah.
Assumption. I wouldn't doubt that it could easily make that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though if it goes higher or if it sucks so bad to where it's just lower than that though. But
I wouldn't be surprised after this film is finally produced, finally comes to theaters, finally makes money. WB mentions we're only in the Pokemon, Harry Potter, and whatever game. We're not making movies anymore because they've said that multiple times. Like we're only in
DC and Harry Potter.
We don't make movies anymore. We just make DC and Harry Potter things. Pokemon's definitely going to be added onto that list once it comes out, I think. Anyways, though, all the other studios are going to be scrambling.
Yeah.
Like when Halloween recently came out, all the studios were like, okay, what stuff can we start green lighting that's around the same thing? Halloween made 100 million or so.
Yeah, just in the US. Yeah.
Just in the US. And then they were like, okay, let's greenlit Friday the 13th. Let's greenlit this. Let's greenlit that. There's a Chucky movie coming out. People are going to be scrambling once Detective Pikachu comes out and makes money. What can we do?
I mean, I guess it's the next rival one.
What's the next thing? So if you think about
Digimon?
It's Digimon.
Oh, God.
If you think about McDonald's, you think about Burger King,
Pokemon,
Digimon, ancient rivals throughout history, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. Digimon is the next step in filmmaking when it comes to these studios. And who?
It's true.
Better than to bring this to the table? Disney.
Oh God! And then that's when I was always a fan of Digimon. Fuck Pokemon. Yeah.
You think about Warner Brothers is making a Pokemon movie. Who would buy a Digimon movie? Yeah. Who's Warner Brothers next?
I mean, I could see Sony doing it, and then everyone's just like, "Fuck off, Sony." But if Disney buys it, genius. All you are geniuses. God bless Disney. They know what they're doing. Fuck Pokemon. Digimon was always better anyways, which isn't the case. But if Sony bought them,
this is the future that I would love to see, and I'm putting money on it. I was always a Digimon fan, so I'm not making.
It's true. I remember it.
I'm not making fun of Digimon because I'm definitely the person to pitch this because I do enjoy Digimon. I still watch it from time to time. I've been watching the newest one.
Yeah.
But I watch a couple episodes every couple months. Yeah. Because there's not a ton, and I'm just there's nothing really begging me to watch it. I'm even wondering what's going on here. I don't even know what's going on. It's nothing happens in every episode.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's make a Digimon more realistic and bring it to the big screen. And when it comes to Pokemon and Digimon's that thing where it could be in your modern world because they're just supposed to be bugs inside computers or hacks.
That's a good point.
They're made of code. They're not actual creatures. Pokemon were always creatures. Yeah. And a lot of people had mentioned in the Detective Pikachu trailer, I really liked how they didn't mention that there were Pokemon or why people just lived with it being Pokemon. It's yeah, no shit, because that's just the world that Pokemon lives in. They like that it didn't have to do in modern day where Pokemon were coming into the world. But that's exactly where I want to go with the Digimon movie because that makes more sense.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Digimon was a thing. Maybe the protagonist of this movie recognize wait, is that something I saw when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, remember those little Tamagotchi devices? They had Digimon Tamagotchis. That's where it first started. So I would want to make fun of that whole thing of it's I'm told in the modern day, but Digimon infiltrate the world in which these characters live in and start basically they're kind of like hacks essentially.
I mean, they're digital monsters.
They're digital monsters. You nailed it. And I want them to basically start just coming out of the woodwork and attacking people, almost as if people the government has to get involved because what is going on here? Crazy monsters are coming and blowing up and attacking like metropolitan city centers.
Yeah.
What is going on? How do we stop this? And they have to team up with like the Digimon from the movie. Like you got to team up with Agumon and all the buddies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any of these names.
That's basically everyone has Mon in it. Like every monster has Mon at the end. Yeah. It's like Agumon.
Is there a Monomon?
I'm sure there. I don't remember. The only one I know is Agumon. Yeah. I think Gabumon, Kabuterimon. That's like one of the enemy ones.
Yeah.
That would definitely be one that's attacking people. But I want it to basically be the world is getting attacked by Digimon and no one can figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And then like the main Digimon, the protagonist one, the good guys like team up with like kids to like fight back against the bad Digimon.
Is there a really small indie director that no one knows of that Disney would hire for this? Just because that's how Disney goes about their filmmaking.
Let me think about that. I'm sure I could come up with someone, but I think when it comes to movies that inspired this movie, I definitely want to go with the Shin Godzilla approach to it. Okay, yeah. I want it to be actually like very political, where no one knows why Digimon are coming out of nowhere and attacking people.
And they're just trying to figure out
They're trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. They just have to do something. I want that approach of like a boardroom and like the president. It doesn't have to be like President Trump or anything, but like the president of the United States or whatever. And like other world leaders are trying to tackle this solution while real time, the solution, they're like viewing the solution happening of like kids fighting back against the monster. They're like, what's going on? Like some kids already know what they have to do and the governments are just bewildered at like, what are we doing? Right. Okay. Some people are already taking care of it and it's little kids. Like it would just be, I think it would be make for a really funny movie.
No, I love it. Yeah.
And it wouldn't be something you would ever think would happen. But when it comes to like a small director that Disney could approach, because Disney likes taking small directors, approaching them, saving as much money there, but giving someone a chance to make something, visionary, awesome. And
how dare you?
It would have to be, I'm trying to think, been like kind of far out of the loop, but I don't know. Do you have anyone that you're thinking?
I mean, nah, no one off the top of my head. It's a big project to have to like be put on. But I mean, if it's a Disney budget, though, I mean, it's the same thing with like the Marvel movies. They can get anyone. They could just grab some guy off the street. It's them making the movie. The director is just the one that they're telling to tell everyone to do.
Yeah.
Like it's the pull the strings guy.
I would hope that it would be somebody that at least has some knowledge of the property. I felt like watching the trailer for Pokemon Pikachu detective movie. I felt like that person at least like did the research. I don't know if maybe he's a dad and like has watched it with his kids or played with the games or something. I felt like that person did the research, like whoever wrote the script or directed the movie. I don't know if it's the same person.
I mean, that's a real attack that Mr. Mime does. The wall thing. So,
it was funny. And like, I felt like it came, I mean, I haven't seen the movie. I'm just talking from seeing the trailer and I felt like it came from someone who knows what they're talking about. And I hope that it would be the same when it comes to making a Digimon movie.
Right. Yeah.
There's not that much Digimon. There's a lot of Digimon stuff, but like you only have to watch like the first couple seasons. I think you could nail it. Right. And I'd want to go. I mean, if you're a big Digimon fan, you're stumbling upon this video, I definitely want to tackle it with a season 3 vibe. Because in season 3, it's like it's totally devoid of season 1 and 2, where its characters in the show have watched season 1 and 2 of the show in their real world. Like it was so trippy as a kid. It's like super meta.
That's a heady piece for kids.
Yeah, even I was like, wait, what? So the last 2 seasons of the show that I watched weren't real. They were a TV show inside of the TV show that I'm watching. It's kind of trippy when you're a kid, but I feel like we could go for that whole, like making the movie really meta, where it's like you as the viewer are in the same world of the people that are in the movie, where they have seen the show as you have.
Gotcha.
It wasn't that the show was real, you know? So I definitely feel like Disney, this is your step. What are you going to do once another studio picks up a huge property like Pokemon and takes it to the finish line? You got to get the next one. You got to get the Pepsi of this franchise. Get Digimon, create a reality around it. And you guys definitely have the money to take a risk on it. So I think that's either that or Yokai Watch, but I think Nintendo owns that. So
or Yu-Gi-Oh.
I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh is translated. That's just weird.
Yeah.
It would be funny. Maybe that's next week. We'll see. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the movie this week. Tune in next week. We're going to be making something else into a movie.